Hey guys, in this lecture, we're going to cover some enhancement that IPython adds on top of the regular Python. These enhancements in IPython are called magic commands. And there are two types of magic commands. One is a single line, also called line magic. And the second one is a multi-line, which is also called cell magic. The single line or line magic is prefixed by a single % sign. And the cell magic is prefixed by $sign. So now let's look into these magic commands. I'm just going to go into my IPython shell. IPython. And now, so if you want to look at the documentation of magic command, you can always do single % sign and then magic. And then you will see this documentation. You can read if you want. You can come out of it right now by :Q. And if you want to look at the list of available magic commands to you, you can do % and ls magic. This will give you a list of all the available line magics and all the available cell magics, as you can see. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the magic command are concerned. I'm going to cover one specific magic command and how you can use it in your day-to-day work. That's for timing code execution. So how you can know how much time a piece of code takes. So let's look into it. So this guy is called %timeit. So it's a type of magic command, as you can see, because it's prefixed by % sign. So it's called %timeit. As you can see the name, just by the name, timeit. So it gives us the execution time of our piece of code. So let's look into an example here. Again, as this is line magic or single line magic command, we are only using 1% sign. If this was a multi-line, we will use 2% signs here, like this guy. But let's look at the example of single line first. So %timeit, you're gonna have that in the front, and then let's look at an example where we want to check the performance of a list comprehension. So to do that, we can do L. Yes, for example, you're looking at how well our list comprehension is working. So just to tell you what's going on here, we have this list comprehension where we have this for loop, which is going to go inside. It's going to iterate 1,000 times, and for all those values, it's going to cube them, right? And going to store them in this list here afterwards. So now let's press enter. And as you can see, we have this execution time here, 283 microseconds plus minus 1.51 microseconds per loop, mean standard deviation of 7 runs, 1,000 loops each. So this is the performance of this list comprehension. Now let's recreate this functionality here, but in a multi-line format, meaning not using list comprehension. So again, when you're using multi-line, you're gonna use 2% signs, right? So you're gonna have %timeit, and then you can press enter. And let's just recreate what we had above. Specify an empty list, which we're gonna use to append. And specify, initiate this loop here. L.append. And that's it. So again, this is just the exact same thing as this guy here, but here we're using list comprehension. Here we're using just our regular traditional loop. Okay, press enter, and it's going to do its thing. Okay, perfect. So exactly the same logic, but it's a different way of implementing it, and we get 306 microseconds plus minus 1.48 microsecond per loop. As you can see, this guy here, this list comprehension is actually faster than our usual traditional for loop. So yeah, so this is a pretty neat example, right, to check the performance of our code. So you want to choose list comprehension at times, you know, to improve your performance, improve the performance of your code. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. This is pretty neat. This timeit function, use it to evaluate how your code is working, how your code is performing, things like that. I'll see you in the next one.